From the bottom of my heart, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching.
For watching this guy's channel, Jody's channel.
Jody's Corner. My favorite.
Thank you so much.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. We have a lot of shocking, breaking rumors, news, however you want to call it, whatever it is. This shit is quite groundbreaking. It looks like Michael Keaton is going to return as Batman with Ezra Miller's Flash for a Flashpoint fiasco. This is exactly what I've been wanting. This is exactly what the DC Universe needs. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of the instances here. I'm going to talk about these tweets that are been tweeted out by Humberto Gonzalez, who is from the owner, creator of the rap.com. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to check some of these tweets out. So yeah, sure. This is what's going down. Humberto Gonzalez says that Michael Keaton's Batman is to return in Ezra Miller's Flash movie. These are a series of tweets that he has put out that's shocking the world. The Dark Knight returns as Batman Beyond with a dash of Flashpoint is how he's describing it. He also goes on to say, let me see. He says right here that Matt Reeves' upcoming The Batman will not be affected, and Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne is still viewed as the future of the franchise. This is just to throw stuff out there. It's saying that Michael Keaton is going to return, is in talks to return as an older Batman in Flash's upcoming Flashpoint film. I'm going to talk all about what this means. And this is exactly in line with what I've been saying for the longest time, why Flashpoint needs to happen. This other person came out, Daniel Rickman, who says, now that it's out, Michael Keaton is to replace Ben Affleck as the DCEU's Batman and will co-star Flashpoint. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if this is real. Listen, I don't know if any of this stuff is going to be, none of this is confirmed. I'm going to say that. None of this is confirmed by Warner Brothers. But, you know, this looks like it does make sense. You know, not Worlds of DC, but DC fandom is around the corner. And it's, you know, it would have been nice to kind of hear the announcement there. But, you know, with this leak in the digital ages, you know, shit is out there. This next guy says, if these talks make, sources say that Keaton could end up playing Batman in a mentor capacity, a bit like Sam Jackson's Nick Fury, and will appear in multiple movies. Batgirl is one of the possible projects. That's a little further off the trough than I would like to be, but overall, this is the gist of what's going down. Matt Reeves, Batman protected. Robert Pattinson is still the Batman of the future. But what does this mean for the Flashpoint film, though? What are we talking about here? Why is it that some of you guys who are probably DC fans or just comic book fans don't understand why this is kind of important news outside of the fact that Michael Keaton is coming back? First, Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman drains all the cum out of my balls. I mean, I'm leaking down my leg right now. I have nothing left for later tonight. I'm just wrecked. That's how epic that is in itself. But beyond that, the fact that he's going to be in Flash's movie is what gets people like me excited. You know, people who are the fans who are really looking forward to the future of DC and fixing the whole narrative universe. You know, the DC universe, for the most part, is a mixed jumble. And even though they've been kind of getting their act together with films like Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Joker, you know, there's still, you know, a confusion out there. Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out next year. Zack Snyder's universe was the beginning of the franchise that a lot of people didn't like. The dark universe that people were confused with. Some people loved it, some people hated it. It was polarizing to save the argument. So now we're going to do a cleanup effort. That's where this movie comes in. Flashpoint is a story. It is a 6 or 7 issue limited comic book series run in the comics where Barry Allen, of being triggered and hurt by the death of his mother, goes and just runs as fast as he can, and by mistake he opens up a time warp that changes and alters time and reality, therefore creating a world where Wonder Woman is evil and at war with Aquaman, who is also evil. Batman's father is actually the Batman and Bruce Wayne is not there. Cyborg and Shazam are teaming up to stop a lot of Steve Trevor dies. There's it's an alternate reality because of the instance that Flash caused with running fast into the Speed Force. That's what Flashpoint is. How is that comic book relevant here? Well, I'll explain that to you. We have a lot of issues with narrative flow within the DC universe. Ben Affleck's Batman was old in BVS. He was 40-something-year-old Batman, 45-ish, who his villains were already defeated. Robin was dead. Dick Grayson confirmed dead in that movie. And he had no friends left. Alfred was like a hermit. Alfred was like his only thing left with the hermit that was Bruce Wayne. He had given up on humanity. He had given up on himself. He had nothing to live for. He branded his villains. He murdered people. And, you know, some people like it, some people don't. Once again, that operating word that I'm using here is polarizing. That's a fact. But the problem, but something that shouldn't be polarizing is just fact, is that when you do a story about an old Batman, what you have done is you fast forward through all of his amazing stories. The Hush, the Knights of the Owl, what's the freaking Azrael story? The Bat Family. We're Batgirl. We're Rob. We passed up all of Robin, Tower of Babel. All of that shit is done. It's over. We didn't get to see it. His villains, where's Riddler, Joker? They're all done and gone. Either Batman murdered them, they're in Arkham Asylum, they're dead, or they quit. And that's not really a good thing for the future. That's the second operative word that I'm going to be using here. The future of DC. So he's already old and washed. Why are we watching him? Now Ben Affleck has exited. He's no longer our Batman. So how do we fix Batman? Enter Flashpoint Paradox, where Flash comes in. He could run into alternate timelines going back to the past. Your Batman Returns. That's where Michael Keaton comes in, and being able to effectively make that Batman, bring him to the current, and honestly tying in the universe between him and Robert Pattinson's Batman. And when we come out of Flashpoint, it'll make Robert Pattinson's Batman the Batman of the future. We will effectively, hopefully, this is how it should be, we would be leaving the Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton Batman in the past to tell that narrative story. So now we can move forward with Robert Pattinson's Batman. How does it help Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman was 1917. Wonder Woman 1. Wonder Woman 84 is 1984. She's been in the past. She has not been brought to the current universe yet. Well, guess what? Enter Flash. Flash could travel to the 80s. He could travel to the 90s where Wonder Woman is. Bring her up into the current using his timeline. Where's Green Lantern? Very easy. Enter the Flash. Flash can go ahead and blend him on in there from wherever he might be with the reality warping and shifting, introducing Green Lantern if they wanted to bring in a Green Lantern. Cyborg. How do we feel on Cyborg? I like Cyborg. I think that he was probably one of the better actors. He's the best actor in Justice League. And I think it's cool giving him a shot. So if you want to get Cyborg, have Flash run up in there, snatch up Cyborg, make sure Cyborg comes out of Flashpoint as a future character. Perfectly fine. Superman. Henry Cavill's Superman. This is going to be interesting because what happens in Flashpoint, barring any news that comes out before now and Flashpoint's release, what happens in Flashpoint will dictate the future of Superman. If Henry Cavill is in Flashpoint, then that's going to be saying something to me. That's going to be saying that either we're leaving him in the past or he's going to be erased from existence, left in the past with Ben Affleck's Batman. And that's what that looks like. Or he could come out on the other side. If there will be a new Superman, Flashpoint is the movie to introduce him into. That's how I feel. This is a golden opportunity to introduce a new Superman. If Henry Cavill is the only Superman in Flashpoint, then that's what I'm saying. If Henry Cavill is the only Superman in Flashpoint and he doesn't do alternate Supermans in that movie, then I could say with a certainty that Henry Cavill will be the Superman of the future. If there are other Supermen in there, Henry Cavill will be at risk for being replaced. So that's how I feel about that. So this is Fantastic news. Flashpoint is basically the MacGyver here. Flashpoint, with its time travel and reality shifting, has the ability to bring all of the Justice League in one timeline. Think of an Earth 1. Let's call it Earth Prime. Think of an Earth Prime universe where we have Robert Pattinson's Batman, Jason Momoa's Aquaman, Gal's Wonder Woman. We have Ray Fisher's Cyborg, Ezra Miller's Flash, and we add in a Green Lantern up into that motherfreaker. Now what do we have? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Justice League in one timeline in 2021 together. Now we can start to build and look forward to the future. This is always what I've wanted. This is always what this is what a lot of DC fans want that they probably don't even know that they want. Ladies and gentlemen, Flashpoint is the most important film of the DC's future in the next 5 films or so. It is very much important, and I really hope that this film gets done right. Christina Hudson is a bad writer who was writing this film. I'm worried about that. Christina Hudson did Bumblebee, and she did Birds of Prey. Those are 2 bad movies, in my opinion. Bumblebee has some kitty charismatic. It has some decency to it. It's not totally bad, but the script is bad. And Birds of Prey script is utter trash. Christina Hudson is also doing this movie. She's the only thing that worries me. I think that she should be replaced. I think that someone else should be a senior writer over her. I think she should get out. But that's just me personally, because I think the film will suffer from her lack of quality writing. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just not going to get into that. This is important news, and I am very happy about this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Flashpoint's happening. At least that's what it looks like to me. I hope this is all real. This is nothing, mind you, again, these are rumors that are not confirmed. It's, it's out there, but it's not confirmed. A lot of people are talking about it, but it's not confirmed. I got to say that. So I'm really believing that this is to be true, though, because I've always believed that Flashpoint was going to, affect and Flashpoint's going to fix Ben Affleck's situation and let Robert Pattinson be the dude. You know what I'm saying? Maybe fix Superman, let another Superman be the dude, or let Henry Cavill continue to be the dude. So Flashpoint is very important. Keep your eyes on it. I will. Subscribe to the channel for more of this amazing content. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.